welcome once again. All Takes Valid, episode 78. As always, I go by Trill Trayy, joined once again with SP21 and my main man, Vick. So, Vick, why don't you go ahead and give them a rundown of today's episode?
All right, so fellas, for today's episode, we have three topics on the agenda for today. So first things first, recap on the final. Well, we're going to talk about the finals, but we're going to talk about a little bit about the recap of the Eastern Conference Finals before we talk about the finals itself, which most people already know by this time: Milwaukee versus the Phoenix Suns, followed by I forgot the guy's name. DeRozan. I forgot his last name. DeMar DeRozan. That's his last name. First name is DeMar. DeMar DeRozan. We'll talk a little bit about the latest news around him and another team that's involved with that player. And then we'll finish off with the most underrated receiver in the 2021 season. So with that being said, first topic, as we already know, the Milwaukee Bucks defeated the Atlanta Hawks in the Eastern Conference Finals in Game 6. They beat them 118-107. What were your thoughts about this game? Trey, we'll start with you.
I mean, we kind of knew it was going to happen. We talked about Trae tried to play, coming off of the bone bruise, more or less he wasn't going to, be himself. And even without Giannis, Trae playing out there like that, it was just a matter of time. So once again, the Milwaukee Bucks, due to an injury, they get to skate their way into the finals now. It's disgusting me. But, well, we'll get into that, I guess, when we get more into the final side, I guess, in our predictions. But there's light at the end of the tunnel, but not for Milwaukee. Matter of fact, they're going to be a deer caught in the headlights.
Oh, man. Man, the hate is real, man.
It's not even hate. They're just not like that. I keep saying it. They're not like that. Well, they're very lucky right now. That's what I'll say. They've been fortunate.
Oh, well, I mean, if you really want to come down to it, I mean, there is a team on the other side that is very fortunate. Especially with their path. But for the game from the Milwaukee Bucks, man, it was inevitable. It hurt to watch because it's like he's trying, but it's just like nothing's clicking. I know everything, just get out there and just die on the court and everything, but it did more harm than good. Lucky for them. I mean, they're keeping Nate McMillan. I mean, I'll see why not. He literally grabbed the team last season, and now they're in almost finals. So yeah, they extended 4 years, so that's a good thing. They just need to go back, probably get more pieces, and just make sure everybody's healthy. That's the suck part about the NBA. That is like everybody, no matter what time, can get injured, and it could be if it's like a sole person on the team, it could be detrimental. So, but just get back to the drawing board, Atlanta.
Yeah, it was as we talked about last time. I was adamant about the whole Trae Young thing. Obviously, we all knew as a competitor he was going to go out there and play, but 14 points, definitely not himself. Anybody that watched that game, they pretty much already knew that this was pretty much in the bag. I mean, 118-107, definitely beat him by at least 10, like I stated last time. Big games from Chris Middleton, 32 points, 7 assists, 4 rebounds, and Drew Holiday, 27 points, almost had a triple-double. 27 points, 9 rebounds, and 9 assists. But outside of that, everybody, did a solid job. Again, as far as the biggest, I guess, thing that we're all going to be looking forward to seeing is the potential return of Giannis, which it's already been reported that he is wanting to play. I don't think it'd be the best move, but yeah, he's supposedly, I think it was either today, actually yesterday, he practiced around a small group of people. I didn't hear any reports in terms of like how he looked, whatnot, but we'll probably hear more so about that because the game will be going on shortly.
According to sources, he's out there practicing right now, but they're still keeping a close eye on him.
Okay, so yeah, it's a good move on their part because I don't think they should rush him out. Maybe game 2, but game 3, I would expect at the earliest he should return. But again, every game counts at this point, this time of the season. So yeah,
what if it's too late by game 3?
Yeah, I mean, and also in the regular season, the Phoenix Suns, they beat the Milwaukee Bucks with Giannis both times. They only played twice, but they beat them both times by 1 point. So,
and that's with Giannis though. So
yeah, exactly. So we'll see how they do without him. We're gonna have to play a lot of team ball, but a lot of that's yet to be determined. But since again, we're on the topic about the NBA Finals. Again, for anybody that doesn't know, the Milwaukee Bucks versus the Phoenix Suns. So Spence, first things first, how do you feel about this series? Do you think it's going to be closer than what a lot of people think, or do you think it's going to be a landslide like a lot of people are?
Well, here's the thing. Both of these teams has been to the finals in a very long time, so it's the first time for both teams. Will I feel like there's gonna be a landslide? Not really. Do I feel like it's gonna come down to the wire? That really depends. It really depends on really both teams. Really, this is without Giannis. This is the time where Chris Middleton and Drew Holiday has to step up. This is the time like Chris Middleton can't have 4 points in this game. He can't. Not in game 1.
No,
he can't. If they do, they're going to lose. And this is like this now. That was the pressure now, because now he's gone, and now you have to put up the points. Because now you got a Suns team who most of their starters consistently keep up with at least 20 points. So now you got to figure it out. I will say this will probably go to 6, and I will give it to the Suns.
Mm-hmm. Okay. Trey, what are your thoughts?
Suns in 4.
Sweep.
All right, no, let me stop.
I was gonna say sweep.
Well, I'm gonna say 5 without Giannis.
Okay.
If Giannis don't come back at all, I'm gonna say 5.
Okay.
But depending on how this first game goes tonight, I might stand on that 4, depending on how it looks, because I think they got people that can push the tempo with Drew Holiday on this team is kind of different than some of these other teams they've been playing, especially with Trae Young not out there. I mean, yeah, you had Lou Williams and everything, and then they're weak on the inside. I mean, that was easy. That was easy money. Drew Holiday, though, he probably has been the biggest difference in this Bucks team this year. I will admit that, because obviously they had Chris Middleton last year, Giannis last year. You got a couple other little pieces, but Drew Holiday coming in instead of
Eric Bledsoe.
Yes, Mr. Bledsoe, who at one point in time was a Sun and was looked at as one of the best. Well, better, I won't say best point guard, but he was one of the better point guards in the league at that time.
Mini LeBron, yep.
They even traded, remember they got rid of Dragic to the Heat and kept Bledsoe at the time, the Suns did, but that's neither here nor there, but definitely was an upgrade. They needed a point guard, and Drew Holiday he's impressed. I mean, he's been a big X factor and probably why they even got this far. But without Giannis, him and Middleton collectively have to really step their game up. And like you said, be consistent in doing that. You can't take a game off at this point. It's the finals now. You slack and have a 10-point, 12-point game, that's not going to do it. Because whether it's CP3 or Booker or maybe Karen Payne or Ayton, somebody's going to go off from the Suns consistently. So you know that. So you don't know who's going to be the high scorer, like the game to get them to the finals. It wasn't Devin Booker. You would have thought the way Chris Paul played the last couple games that it would not have been him, but he explodes for 41. They can pretty much do that on any given night. And they're hot right now. I think since the Lakers game, they've lost since the Lakers series, they lost 2-3 games?
Yeah.
2 games?
I would say 2 games.
So like they've been on a run. They've been on a run. So but yeah. So I'm saying Suns in 5. Yeah, Suns in 5. Even
okay. Well, I'm gonna go ahead and go along the same lines as Spence. I agree with everything that Trey, that you were saying, everything about the Suns, of how they've, their success that they've had during this postseason. If it wasn't Giannis, maybe I would say it'd be Suns in 5, but I'm gonna say Suns in 6 just because I feel like Giannis is gonna give them an unexpected game. Now I'm gonna say this: I'm rooting for the Suns, but I would not be surprised if the Milwaukee Bucks come out on top tonight. Just a gut feeling.
Tonight or in the series?
Tonight, just tonight. But Giannis will come back, and I feel like he'll give them a game. No, I'm not saying that he's going to win the series, but just a game. So again, Suns in 6. Suns in 6. Giannis will help them win 1 game, but outside of that, I think there'll be a little too much for them to handle. And it won't even feel like it's really that close of a series. So, yeah, that's just my opinion on how that's going to work out. Outside of that, I think, and I'll say the MVP of this series will be CP3. Why not? So,
first finals MVP.
Yeah, sounds good. I would say Devin Booker, but
yeah,
CP3.
I was that's my vote. I feel like Devin Booker is gonna show out this finals. His first finals as well. He's right there. I don't know if you consider him. I mean, some people would say he's a superstar already, but I think he can definitely solidify himself as a superstar with his performance in the finals.
Yeah, he's definitely on the brink of stardom, like in terms of like on the latter part where he's still a star, but he's in that phase of his career where he's starting to get to that point where he's gonna just be a solid contributor, somebody that you can consistently get points from, get assists, come and make some big plays for him. But he probably doesn't have that much time in the league, in my opinion. I'd probably say another 2 years, I would say, max, before he's just another average player, to say. But not, yeah. But yeah, so that's what I would say. Spencer, you have an MVP for the season? I mean, for the finals?
I'm actually going to go with Chris Paul. I feel like he's going to do everything in his power to win this. I mean, I think especially at the age he's in and probably the way the basketball gods is allowing it's like his only shot. So I have CP3 on this one.
Okay. All right. So sounds like we're good on this topic. So on to the next one, which we'll be talking about DeMar DeRozan.